Alright, I see a lobby. There is a lobby. Game 1 will be played on ley lines once more. Yeah. Tomorrow night, guys, at 6 p.m., I'll be casting a $75 series between 2 players at 3,200 MMR. I think officially the lowest MMR match in Big Brain Bout's history. The other 3 are all very high level, and the main event is Max Spec Serral. So, I think we start low, and then we take 17 jumps up, and it should all be fireworks. I'm expecting a big Friday. Honestly, it's been a great year so far. We've been entertained, we've been busy. Also, Max Specs, of course, was the winner of the Big Brain Bouts Open Special at the end of last year. The one that happened right after Christmas, before New Year. So technically, you can say that he's defending his title. If he wins, maybe we'll invite him the following Friday again. Just make him play against Clamp for fun. Haven't seen that too much yet in 2025. If he loses, I'd love to see Serral the week after, but I don't think that Serral wants to play 2 Fridays in a row. That's not going to happen. We gotta take what we can get, and I'm very happy that Serral wants to play tomorrow night. And we get to see him today as well, and on Saturday. It is just a Serral weekend.
Let's get it on.
Round 1, fight!
Let's get it. I saw Pick last night playing Macabellum. You two definitely need a rematch. Yeah, I'd love to play against Pick, because I feel like right now, I actually understand the game a little bit. I'm not good, but I do feel like I got better. I'll probably do a couple rounds as soon as these games are over. I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to ladder StarCraft anymore after casting for 3-4 hours, because that's just always a disaster. But I can do a couple games of Macabellum. Anyway, here we go. Top right side of ley lines, it is the Polish Terran. He's keeping the SCVs at home, not representing any team. It is Spirit. The man who was known as Soul, and he was.
Blessed by Soul.
And in the bottom left side of ley lines, can't believe it, lost a best of 3. How unique and rare is that? We are looking at the main base of the Finnish Phenom. I'm expecting him to look clean and strong here though. It is Basilisk, very own Serral. By the way, my lady has been forcing me to watch Harry Potter. Well, it's completely voluntarily, of course, but I'm watching Harry Potter together with Vicky. And there is a big Basilisk snake in that second movie. I don't know which one that was called. The Secret Chamber, the Chamber of Secrets, that one. It's a massive Basilisk battling Harry. The Chamber of Secrets, there you go. Big snake, you guys. Vicky should force me to watch Lord of the Rings. I don't think he's very big on Lord of the Rings. By the way, what is this opening? Was this command center first, into barracks, into CC? CC, Rex, CC? What's next? Double eBay? The slithering serpent? Could be Allison. I've been watching, but I haven't really been making too many notes. But to be fair, it's not that bad. It's actually been kind of enjoyable. Is it true Soul changed his name from Spirit a few years ago, saying something like, it wasn't Zerg, it was only Protoss. It is indeed true that he said playing too many TVPs has completely consumed his soul. He has lost his soul, and now all that's left is his spirit, and that's why he changed his name. Lost his soul to Protoss, but he kept his spirit. Very greedy and defensive setup by Spirit. Does get a second Rex, but this guy's 2 Rex into double eBay. If Spirit goes for 8 Rex here, single factory, 8 Rex, he's actually gonna have 1 million freaking Marines that are very well upgraded. Could honestly be difficult for Serral to deal with. This is literally as greedy and as economic as you could ever be as a Terran. Lucky Serral's a nice guy. Yeah, if this was J Money Magic, there would be 4 Ravages and 28 Zerglings in the natural right now. And honestly, if there was ever a way for J Money Magic to take a map of Spirit, this would be it. Now, I don't think this is how Spirit would open against J Money in any tournament, but you'd actually be gaming. Honestly, I think Coco could Baneling bust this. If this was Coco against Spirit, it would actually be a 1-0 lead for Coco. And honestly, then I'm not even sure if Spirit wins the best of 3, to be completely honest. Because if Coco has a 1-0 lead, he becomes dangerous. The Flower is a different matchup. I don't think the Flower happens in a ZVT, mate. Very weird stir-fried penguin. Very weird, mate. Hit and a miss. You know, let's just take that comment as like you tried to be funny, you were not funny. And let's move on. I'm not gonna tease you too much, but let's try not to do that again, shall we? Swing and a miss, indeed. Not a hit. There was no hit there. Definitely tried, but this wasn't quite it. Serral has been cranking out a lot of drones. I'm not really looking at Serral's side of the map because there isn't a lot happening. The man is just spreading some creep, injecting a little. Lair is about to finish up, so he will have quick banelings. He's obviously going to be pretty far behind in the upgrade department. Armory is about to be done. Spirit, how quick are we with these upgrades? Bam, first one, bam, second one. 4 more barracks are in production. So we end up at 7, is that correct? That's a bit of a weird number now. But he's got a lot of reactors, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Spirit's upgrades are going to be mega. Honestly, it is possible for Spirit to win this game. All it's going to take for Spirit is one good fight. If Serral has one bad engagement, if the Banelings can't quite connect, if Serral's indecisive one time, he could lose immediately. This build was as greedy as anything could be from the Terran. The lamp is a snowy lantern from Intratuin. It's a store in the Netherlands. I did not buy it online. I don't think you can buy it anymore. Try next year. Christmas special. I'm sure next year Christmas you can buy them everywhere, guys. Spirit flies out with a couple of Marines trying to push back that creep a little bit, but Serral's here immediately to protect it. Baneling speed done, Hydra speed on the way. It's going to be Hydra Ling Bane against the 7 Rex setup of Spirit. But he is able to build 13 Marines at a time. This is, hey, what the hell? My mouse is gone. Guys! No! What happened? Guys, my mouse! No! Never mind, it's back. This happened before. Panic. Like my mouse just disappears. I don't know what the hell that is, but... Alright. I'm paranoid. I like my mouse. Please don't make me get a new mouse. I don't want to get a new mouse right now. This is the second time that this has happened in a couple days. I'm not crazy. The cursor just disappears. I think it is something when I press the middle mouse button a lot, but... Yeah, the creep is absolutely going to make it difficult. Serral's going to be maxed out. Spirit is going to be maxed out. It will all come down to like 1 or 2 big engagements. Spirit has no plans on a 4th base. No plans for Liberators goes. Maybe Lips a bit later, but not immediately. It really is pure Marine tank. This could be a Moja game. You blame Synapse? I have Synapse, but I don't have a Razer mouse right now, mate. I use a Glorious mouse. The Glorious Model D2 Pro. That's the one I use. Hashtag ad. They gave it to me. I'm not sponsored by them, but they did give me a free mouse. So, you know, the least I can do is give them some love in return, right? Spirit did start at +3. As the Marines are being split. I'm very happy with it, by the way. Except that the cursor disappears. But that didn't happen before. Maybe I did something wrong. Massive counterattack, by the way, into the natural. There are some Banelings in the mix as well. Spirit raises the depots. Banelings could blow up these depots, but Serral's actually saving the Banes for now. I mean, Spirit has 1,000,000 Marines, but just 3 tanks. He's taking his time. Serral's just doing an amazing job in buying time for himself. Serral's in the natural right now of Spirit, but I don't want to look away from this fight. The natural Spirit is dead. Consider it in shambles. Maybe soon the main base as well. No, not the main, it's just the natural. But this fight is the one that matters. There will be some Zerglings coming in from the top. Serral with a 360 no scope. Dr. Pepper surround. He's gonna get basically all the Marines and makes it look easy. How does he do it? I don't know. This shouldn't have been that easy. What is it called? Model D? Oh, that's what they called it, mate. Dave Testa. Thank you, mate. $1 from Dave. The MVP. Spirit did send over all the extra units that he left behind at the third, and maybe if +3 finishes up, we still have an opportunity. He never got +3 armor. He's got 17 SCVs in the main. I mean, Spirit is not transitioning. Serral's gonna get on top of it. There's not enough medevacs right now to save all the Marines, but it is the... Ooh, that's big, that's big. That's actually very big. First big moment for Spirit as he grabs 20 or so Zerglings and doesn't lose anything. There will be a moment where he's gonna have +3. And the best that Serral can do right now is +2 carapace. He's not gonna get +3 anytime soon. We don't even have an infestation pit. We are not firing up the hive. Now we drop the infestation pit, so Serral says I'm maxed out. I've got 28 Banes. I feel good about it. I think I can start slowly crawling my way all the way up to hive. Finds a tank. That's nice because it's single factory tank production. It means only 2 tanks remaining. I mean, Spirit is basically playing Mass Marine. Oh, Hydras from the high ground snipe another tank. That means 1 tank remains. Nice army, guys. 82 Marines, 1 tank, 8 medevacs. But he does have +3. How good is the guy with the gun? I mean, it just feels impossible, right? Like, Serral could go so ham on the banelings here and it would be a perfectly fine choice. The double drop is going to make Serral's life a little bit harder, but there are some banelings in the mix. The Spirit wants the hatchery, gets the hatchery. Medevac gets out there too. Honestly, pretty good by Spirit. 129 supply. Yeah, how are we going to deal with 44 banelings? 43. 40. Whatever. It's a lot of banelings, guys. And we have 1 tank. I guess now we have 2 tanks. 0 Widow Mines, no 4th base, 0 Liberators. 2 tanks and 90 Marines. Serral looks at his army and says, I want a piece of that. Good luck split against this. Yeah. The swarm. The absolute swarm. Spirit is running for the hills, but the banelings are getting awfully close. And if it's not the Banes, it's the Zerglings. Yeah, he's gonna get a move. If you have like 8-10 Widow Mines in the mix, it's just so different, right? And it becomes so much more difficult for the Zerg to find the right engagement, and they have to be careful, and they have to maybe get in range, out of range, try to drag some Widow Mine shots. Widow Mines can on-barrel. There's so much micro potential with the Widow Mines, but if it's pure Marine, how are you gonna split against this? There are 400 Zerg units on the battlefield at this point. Like, you can't split against this. GG gets called, and Serral takes, honestly, in the end, a pretty convincing 1-0 lead. It should have been kind of hard with how greedy that build was of Spirit and how much firepower he was going to have, but Serral didn't make it look that hard. A strong 1-0 lead for the great Iona Satala. Means that we are potentially 1 map away from the LiuLi Cup coming to an end. StarCraft coming to an end today. But tomorrow we have not 1, but 2 tournaments. I wonder if that was meant as a 3-base all-in. I definitely think it was. Never build extra SCVs, never build extra high-tech facilities, no extra factory, no extra starport, no fusion core. It was meant as an all-in. Never made an attempt in building a 4th base that got cancelled. Yeah, that's absolutely what Spirit wanted. Spirit got what he wanted, and he could not make it work. Zerg is not imba at all. You're right, mate. That was definitely the game to complain about. If we live in a world where Serral takes the 1-0 lead against Spirit, honestly, guys, this game is lost. As they can say so beautifully in the UK, the game is gone. If Serral, out of all people, is taking a 1-0 lead over Spirit, yeah. Honestly, guys, at that point, why are we even watching these games, you know? It's just, it doesn't seem fair anymore. Serral? What has he ever won? No, that's right. Everything. Literally everything.
Round 2. Fight!
Bottom right side of Abyssal Reef. This is probably a map where we won't see a 3-base all-in, and we'll see some all-out turtle proper late game instead. But a lot of the Terrans have not been very fond of that, because the Ghosts are now 3 supply. Game unplayable. This is Spirit. And in the top left side, the man who surprisingly finds himself in the decider match, but he is still looking good as always. We'll see a lot of him in the upcoming days, and that is a rarity. Don't get used to it, because before you know it, it will take another month before we see him play. Representing Basilisk, it is Serral. Thinking of J Money right now, calling this a tall boy. I'm so American. I love it. Dr. Pepper tall boy. This will be the last game of the day, I meet Mouse. But we'll be back tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. StarCraft 2 for days. Might even bring back the Monday night tournament. Dr. Pepper is goated. I don't think there is any soda that is close to Dr. Pepper. No, Cherry Coke does not go. I'm sorry, mate. I like you a lot, but you're just wrong there. Vanilla Coke, Cherry Coke, it's all okay, but it does not come close to Dr. Pepper. A Vanilla Coke with whiskey, and now we're talking, but that's just unfair competition. I mean, Red Bull is not really... I feel like soda and energy drinks are different. Even though I guess it's... You can put it all in the same category. You're a root beer man? I tried root beer once when I was a kid in a Subway. Didn't really do it for me. Bit of a strange taste. I think that Vicky had root beer the last time we were in America together. Don't think she was a mega fan either. It's not bad, but it's not that I find it disgusting, but I would never really order it. I prefer even a regular Coke or Fanta. No, it's not beyond notice. It is not. Alright, so Spirit's got a very, very different opening here. It's actually a starport of 2 command centers. So we might get some real aggression coming out of Spirit. Not what I expected on a map like Abyssal Reef. Abyssal is so big. It's like one of these maps that we watched for years, and you remember it as a fun, cool map. First time we had the underwater theme, haha, we all loved it. Units float up, woohoo, so exciting. And then I started playing some ladder games. I was like, holy hell, this map is so freaking large. It won't just be me, Jay. It's a team effort, and I think I believe the plan is, I mean, I don't want to spill all the beans. TLDR is, a couple people basically came together and they trying to do what Steadfast Kalaris and I did. They asked me for a very tiny contribution. It's way less than I was spending initially, so of course I said yes, and we'll see. I personally think that we should have tournaments on different days than just Monday. Because before, when you had the regional cups, you had the server cups, and that makes sense. But to do the exact same tournament 3 times a day, where it's like global server, neutral, cross-server action, I almost think it's a bit silly to do the same thing 3 times a day. They were very set on the Monday, and you know, it's mostly their effort this time, it's not mine, so if they do it and I can help, I'll gladly do it. But I personally think that like Saturdays are awesome because then people can stay up late and play. They can wake up early and play. Fans can stay up late or early and play. And yeah, sure, once in a while you're gonna have different things on Saturday. But I personally think a weekly cup, it just makes sense. The only reason we started doing weekly cups on a Monday a long time ago is because we had 6 days a week of the DreamHack regionals. So, you know, Tuesday to Sunday was DreamHack regional, Monday was the weekly. Yeah, fair enough. But if we don't have 6 days a week of regionals, I don't understand why every weekly cup needs to be happening on a Monday. Well, we'll see. TLDR is more, StarCraft is better. We'll have a good time. When will DreamHack start? Probably won't start. I'd be very surprised if DreamHack start anytime soon. You missed the days, yeah. I missed them too, trust me. It was good for me. It's good for me and it was fun. Well, if you look at how action-packed January is, I am sure that we'll have a perfectly fun and fine, at least start of the year, but I think it will continue. 63 drones on the side of Serral, only 44 SCVs on the side of Spirit. No third command center. So my original prediction loading into this game, guys, completely wrong. It's the total opposite. Instead of a proper turtle fast and late game Liberators and Ghosts, it is 2 base Spirit aggression. How much has Serral seen? I mean, Serral knew that it was a quick starport, but that's about it. Could get fun, right? Could get fun. I don't think we're gonna make 8 Rexes here. I think we're gonna stay at 5. I think Spirit just says, you know what? My best shot in beating this guy is doing it early. And if he can take a fight with tanks and +1 Marines, medevac support against 0-0 roaches, it's mega. Counterattacking should not really be a thing against the 2-base Terran unless we mess up. Let's hope for Spirit that he does not mess up. These links will find a Marine. You know, that's totally fine. Oh, if they find a tank though, that's not fine. They find a second Marine. Spirit is gonna have to save that tank, guys. That is very important. Aliens are gonna come over. Serral obviously buying a little bit of time. I don't know if this is quite it though for Spirit, because Spirit needs to get in there. He needs to be in a really sweet spot. Like right now he's just giving Serral time for those upgrades and crank out way more units. Serral's up not 1 but 2 bases and 22 workers. The Ravagers go for a tank. The Ravagers get a tank. And not a single Ravager dies. But here come the Marines. The Marines are on the high ground. Marines are powerful, and this is all before 1-1 is done for the Zerg. Serral does have 5 million units, and Zerglings come on top of the tanks as well. Where are those Hellions? Those Hellions died somewhere. We can't protect the tanks. And with or without upgrades, Serral looks at this and he laughs in the face of danger. And that is going to do it. There's no other way to it, guys. Spirit is Omega all in. This was the best shot he had. And yeah, it wasn't that close. It was not that close. Alright. Spirit does fires up +1 armor. Not sure if +1 armor is gonna save us here. I also think that if we have not won this game by the time +1 armor is done, we are Omega dead. More Zerg OP whining? Yeah, guys, you're right. It's just, it's unbearable. This Serral guy still winning games. How does he do it? There's so many Zergs right everywhere, and all those weekly cups and on the Grandmaster League letters. Like everywhere you go, there are so many Zergs. You guys are right. Zerg's so OP. That was mega sarcasm, by the way. Sometimes people don't get it. They're like, you know what? Roddy said it. He seems to believe it. Zerg is OP. Spirit does get 1 base. That's awesome. But he's still down a base. Still down 22 workers. And we're about to have hype there. But hey, he got a base. Honestly, that's 1 more base than I thought he would get. So. And +1 armor, guys. We're getting there. Serral is good, but still Zerg OP. Alright. Nice to hear, sir. I'm glad that you don't think it's only Zerg, you know. That at least Serral's okay. That's very, very generous of you. By the way, how many units can Terran produce of 2 bases? What the fuck? That's a lot of Marines, and this is gonna go forward, but it's obviously a lot of Roaches and Raptors as well. Zerglings get on top of the tanks. Kind of like what Spirit did there, you know. F it. Let's just go for it. +1 armor is done. If only that was done all along. Could have been us. We've got a Viper and a Reynor Glance on the production tab against a 2-base Terran. Let me just tell you. Not a good place to be for the 2-base Terran. As Serral snipes the tank from the high ground. Couple Banelings in the mix as well. Nothing left other than a bunch of medevacs. And that will be all zeroed for Group B of the LiuLi Cup. Serral advances in 2nd place into the playoffs. Hero wins the group. Spirit finishes in 3rd place. And unfortunately, Mana came last. Oh, fun day. Exciting day. Couple of really fun games. Protoss is competitive. We can win. It's great. Take care, Alex. Have a great day at work, mate. And that will be it for StarCraft. Enjoy your day. Thank you, matey. I will play a couple of rounds of Mechabellum, guys. A turn-based strategy game. I have learned my lesson. Playing ladder games after the LiuLi Cup is not for me. That just goes wrong, and then I get upsetty. I will continue laddering tomorrow morning, maybe tomorrow afternoon, even after my breaky. But for today, we are done with StarCraft. What we will do instead is a little bit of Mechabellum and then maybe some Deadlock. And then tomorrow morning, we'll be back with the StarCrafts. We'll settle that prediction. We can go over the results one more time and take a look at how the tournament overall is playing out. Don't forget, tomorrow we've got a double day of StarCraft. There is the big brain bouts as well with Serral versus MaxPax. First time in like 15 months that we get a Serral versus MaxPax. I can't wait. Let's take a look at the tournament overall. Wikipedia. And of course, we've got Masters Coliseum tomorrow. 2 series. Reynor will also be going up against Spirit. This is our LiuLi Cuppy. The boys are going strong, eh? Look at Reynor. Reynor kind of outshining Serral, winning his group. Normally it's the other way around, no? Normally Serral wins the group and Reynor comes in 2nd. Look at our boy. He's so back. He's so back. So Group A and B are done. Group C and D will be played on the 14th of January and the 15th of January. I'm really excited for this group, by the way. That's going to be fun. This one should also be fun. Maybe Clem will bust out some PvP for us. Who knows? Yeah, this is going to be good. So tomorrow morning we don't have LiuLi Cup, but we've got Masters Coliseum. And honestly, the tournament's kind of similar, but also a lot of similar players, because they obviously just try to get the best possible players in there. But the prize pool is bigger in the Masters Coliseum. And that is the one where Clem got eliminated in that 3-way tie in the group. Unlucky for Clem. This starts tomorrow. We got PvP at 1 PM, and then we've got a little TVZ. I assume that tomorrow is best of 5, because we only do 2 series. Yeah. So this is on Friday morning, this is Saturday morning, and these 2 matches are on Sunday morning, and then they take a break again. So, see you guys tomorrow morning for Hero vs. Australia. If you guys want to stick around, hang out, watch some Mechabellum, we can do that. If not, I wish all of you guys a fantastic Thursday. I hope you had fun. I wish all of you guys a fantastic I had fun. I think we had a good time. I'll edit my stream title and switch categories.